Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 29th of January, 2023. Wow, a month gone already. How did that happen? Very, very quick. So, this week it has been quite cold, and this is reflected in my choices this week. There seems to have been an ambery, not powdery, but like an ambery warming kind of vibe going on. And the weather will be the driver of that, as it is usually with my fragrance rotation picks. Excuse the lighting. There is a giant star in the sky. You may have noticed it. And it is shining through my window. So there's not much I can do about that. Anyway, we will start on Monday, as we usually do. And on Monday, I decided to reach for Obi and Paul Homme Eau de Parfum. And this is my modern bottle. I've got my vintage bottles stored away for a rainy day. This is vanilla blackcurrant. It's got this kind of cloudy, billowous thing going on, you know? It's absolutely lovely. It's a little bit fruity with the blackcurrant. I do like blackcurrant. Or blackberry. It's one of the two. It's good performance, but you could always just reapply. It's quite linear though, I feel. It's not entirely linear, but it is what you smell in the first, what you smell after about 20 minutes is what you're getting the whole way through, really. The blackcurrant sort of subsides a little bit and you're left with this kind of anisic, that's not really a word, but I'm having it, anisic kind of warm, vanillic, powdery, ambery sort of thing. And it's absolutely lovely. It's very 90s though, you know? It's very 90s. You can tell it's a 90s design. All the 90s designer had this kind of thing, you can date them, you know? I think this is one. I love it though. It's absolutely lovely. And next on our list, just refamiliarizing myself, this is one of my, if not my favourite from this line. There's a couple others that I really love. Sorry, I'm just giving it a quick wipe down with my microfiber cloth. One of my friends gave us one. And they really do work. They're a lot better. It's much better than the muslin cloth I had, you know. And this is Ambre Narguile from Hermes, from the Hermes Essence line. This is one of the originals, I believe, I think, from this line. An absolutely tremendous line. I've also got Vetiver Tonka and Santal Messiah. I've got little 15ml bottles, because you can get 4 of those 15ml bottles for like 130 quid. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. And they're fantastic. If you want to try a few different ones. Really, I wanted a 200ml of this, but just can't find it. So, I'm pretty pleased to have this. It is amber tobacco. It's got this kind of apple pie, cinnamon, no pastry though, just the filling. It goes really well with the. It goes really well with the tobacco in it. It's a lovely fragrance to wear out in the winter, in the autumn. It's definitely got that autumnal, not boozy, but almost boozy fermented apple thing going on, you know. It's very evocative of a certain time of year. So that is Ambre Narguile. Now, I don't know if it's not a muslin cloth, if the microfiber is just not going to work on this bottle at all. Because this isn't a glass bottle, it's a rubber bottle. And of course it's an Amen, and this is pure Tonka. I wore this on Wednesday and it was fantastic. It was absolutely sensational. I sold Fève de la Suisse recently, right? And I prefer this by miles. The Tonka in this is sweet. It's not too cherry, almond cherry sort of thing, but I just prefer this massively over Fève de la Suisse. The Amen DNA goes perfectly. This is one of the best flankers. I absolutely love it. Don't get us wrong, it is sweet, but it suits it, you know. I couldn't wear this every day, I don't think. I think you'd get diabetes if you did. It is very sweet. Anyhow, next up, on Thursday, we definitely do have a glass bottle, a very glass bottle. A big glass bottle, if you will. And even if you won't. This is a Chanel Les Exclusifs. And this is my Sycomore EDT. Oh, the light, the sun is just blazing off that. This is totally different from the other three, massively so, but it's like a dark green, rooty, slightly minty vetiver fragrance, and it suits autumn and winter very well because of that darkness. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit more taut than the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum's nice, but it feels a little, ironically, it feels a bit more ambery. It feels a little bit more rounded, like it hasn't got sharp edges like this does, you know? This is very crisp, very pointed. It's got form, and it has definition, whereas I feel like the EDP doesn't have that definition or that sharpness. It's got a very dark colour because it must contain vanillin as well. It doesn't necessarily have to contain vanillin for it to go dark, but it has gone dark. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I forget what year this bottle is, actually. I do know what year it is, I just forget. Anyway, next we have a debut on the rotation. Pop. It was like the beginning of one of Eugene's live streams, that, wasn't it? This is... Oh, can the microfiber cloth have a go over it before I show it? I'm not sure it's going to make much. Oh, yes, it has made much of a difference. That's right, it certainly has. Outrageous. This is Giorgio Beverly Hills VIP Special Reserve. Patchouli, oak moss, powerhouse masculine thing. Absolutely fantastic. This is very much what Ramsey would call ram duck territory. You know? It is absolutely fantastic. Like I say, it's got this big, almost scratchy kind of patchouli thing going on, but it's got some warmth from stuff like cinnamon and cardamom, bit of benzoin. It's creamy, it's rounded out a bit, a little bit of leather, but at the top it's got this kind of, I don't know, I think it's got like aldehydes or something like that, something that gives it a little bit of sharpness. Oh, it's held up very well as well. I'm not sure when this came out, definitely 80s. It's absolutely lovely. It smells very much of its time and I love it for it. So you will be seeing that again at some point soon. Next, I wore something which is definitely not a debut on the fragrance rotation. Something you have all seen before, and by God you will see again. And this is Cuir Cannage by Dior. Good Lord, the lighting. Orange blossom, iris, leather. It's got this ambery sort of facet to it as well that I absolutely love. The performance is nuclear. It is an underappreciated member of the Dior Privé line, you know. It doesn't have the kudos that goes with Ambre Nuit. It doesn't have the kind of cult following that Leather Oud's got. It's not as famous as Oud Ispahan or Bois d'Argent, but it's absolutely tremendous. It's a hidden gem. It's an ambery, leathery iris. A bit of birch in there as well. Fantastic perfume. I really love it, like. I have got the CD because I don't want to buy any of the ones with the joined up lettering, lest they ruin my nice little collection. Anyway, today's scent of the day. Also, not another debutante. A very famous fragrance. Oh, it's absolutely immense. This is Balenciaga pour Homme. One of the finest fragrances available to humanity. Well, barely available anymore. They're just not there. This was made by Gerard Anthony, a man who's never made a bad perfume, in my opinion. He's made a lot of stuff that I really love. Excuse me, whilst I hydrate. What else can I say about this that I haven't already said? Cinnamon, cardamom, sandalwood, honey, oak moss, patchouli, a little bit of cardamom as well. It's got this kind of warm spice at the top, like coriander and cinnamon, cardamom, giving it that warm spice, and then huge patchouli. In the patchouli, there's this kind of almost rosy, black currant, dark fruit, plum sort of thing going on, and it's amazing. It's very rich, it's very deep, it's slightly animalic from the honey. It's warm, it's ambery, but it's very masculine. It's very masculine, you know. I'd like to smell this on a woman, actually, see how it smelled. I bet it would be lovely. I bet it would. But I never have smelled it on a woman. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my fragrance rotation for this past week. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you will like this video. and I will see you again this week with some more content. Bye.